Hey, how are you? I'm Duncan McPherson and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about when your US corporation needs to file a Canadian tax return, aka corporate nexus. Because if your US corporation has nexus with Canada, it is going to be required to file and possibly pay taxes up here. What's worse is you easily can unwittingly be caught and screwed over by Canada's rules. I have previously talked about some of this stuff, but I thought I'd go more in depth for you today. And as always, for more tips on how you can better navigate the Canadian tax system as a US corporation, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Or skip the hassles and contact me directly at themactax.com for more tailored advice. Okay, so out of curiosity, have you ever wondered to yourself, how do I know if my US Corp needs to file in Canada? Well, if I'm being honest with you, you can't know it. It's that simple. Because the truth is, you're busy running your own business and you don't have time to learn a foreign country's tax laws, right? Well, to make things even more complicated for you, even though you must file in Canada, your US Corp may or may not be required to pay Canadian tax. And this right here actually depends on your treaty status. Annoyed yet? Well, just wait because things get worse. Even if you do not need to file or pay tax here, you still may be required to collect and remit our national sales tax, the GST. What a quagmire, eh? Well, lucky for you, that is what I'm here for, because the rules are brain busting at best. And you know what? You shouldn't have to know them. But still, the reality is there's a half dozen things that could cause your US corporation to be required to file a Canadian tax return. And if you're late filing, well, then you got penalties, even with a nil return. And between you and me, I see this shit happen way more often than I should. Case in point, constantly have foreign clients come to me, not knowing their corporations have to file here in Canada. I hear BS like, I don't have an office in Canada, so I thought I didn't need to file there. Wrong. Or, I thought the treaty says I don't have to pay tax in Canada, so I thought I didn't have to file there. Wrong again, my dear American friend. The reason I call this BS here is because the laws are exactly the same in the US. Meaning, if I have a Canadian corporation carrying on business in the US, my Canadian company must file a corporate tax return with the IRS. And the rule is exactly the same up here if your US corporation is carrying on business here in Canada. Moreover, if you use the Canada-US tax treaty to get your corporation out of paying taxes up here, you still have to file a Canadian corporate tax return and claim the treaty protection. And the rule is exactly the same in the United States. Did you know this is the exact same rule that you have down there in the United States? Well, if you didn't, you do now. So you probably see how it would work for you up here, right? Please do note though, you do not need much activity or nexus to be considered carrying on business up here in Canada, and ergo your corporation's required to file a tax return. So if your US CPA tells you, sorry, I didn't know the rules in Canada, well, that's not much of an excuse, is it? Especially when your guy should know the rules are exactly the same in your US of A. And ergo, so if you try telling CRA, well, I'm sorry, my accountant didn't know, to get yourself out of penalties, well, that isn't likely to work since the nexus rules are nearly the same in both our countries. So what do we do about this? Well, the short answer is there's nothing you can do. You're busy running your own business and you cannot be expected to learn international tax as well, right? The only thing you can know is that when you start expanding into Canada, give me a call. And if you're already here, call me faster. I will sift through the complexities and nuances for you. I will remove the hassles from your desk. I will make your tax life a hell of a lot easier. And I'll make it so you can sleep at night and run your business during the day. Do not wait until you have sales in Canada to call me. And like I said, if you already do, that's probably why you're watching. Because let's be honest, your problems have already probably begun. Am I right or am I right? One thing for you to note, it is quite possible that you're going to be required to file corporate tax returns in Canada a year or even longer before you have sales. And don't forget, again, even if you are not required to file or pay tax in Canada, you still may be required to collect and remit our national sales tax, the GST. But either way, as soon as you stretch out beyond your US borders, call me, whether it's Canada or any other country. I'm an international tax practitioner, and I'm here to make the complexity simple. And most importantly, I'm here to stop any problem before it starts, so you can sleep at night and run your business without having to become a tax expert yourself. You know what, my friend? That's all I got for you today. And if this resonated with you and you realize you might have to talk to me about your situation, just get my number at themactax.com and I'll make sure that you don't have to worry about any of this shit. And as always, don't forget to subscribe for more tax savings tips. Until next time, stay sharp, stay compliant, and stay out of tax trouble. I'll see you on the next video.